Are you living in a home you no longer enjoy because of a low interest rate? How many of you with the golden handcuffs of low rates have outgrown your home? What did you do? My situation. I have a 2-1 condo, fully remodeled, with $200,000 of equity in a greater Seattle area suburb that I am currently renting out. 3.75 rate. Cash flows about $500 after all expenses maintenance. I am living in the city renting with my fiancé because we are young and wanted to enjoy the city life. We are looking to move because we are expecting a baby and want to go back somewhere a little more quiet. Now I could move back into my 700 SQFT condo. But with 2 dogs and a baby and some annoying neighbors I used to deal with, we both agree we wouldn't really enjoy it. I don't know if I should. A. Just suck it up and live for super cheap relative to my income in a tiny condo. B. Sell it. Lose the great deal I have but move that equity into a SFH for us and be able to use my savings as a down payment to help my parents buy a house. C. Keep renting it out and either rent a SFH or deal with a high mortgage from 20 down payment. X200B. We just moved from basically 1,700 square feet to 1,700 square feet. Very similar floor plan. Went from 3 to 6. I work from home, but now my wife's commute is 30 minutes per day instead of 2.5 hours per day. When she is on call over the weekend, she can do it from home as opposed to spending 4 nights straight at the hospital or a coworker's house. Would I have been happy to keep my 3? Absolutely. Can I put a price on the improved life my wife now leads? It is apparently $900 more, but we'd do it again in a heartbeat. You move when it's affordable and your life dictates it. Nope. We have a 3 and our house is on the market. We have a good chunk of equity and are hoping to move across country to be closer to family and either buy a home with mostly cash or buy a home and a vacation property. Life is too short to live somewhere you're not happy. We are going to sell our house and upgrade as soon as we can. We are not going to let a low interest rate prevent us from living more comfortably. Life is too short. I just moved from a 2-2 condo that bought in 2014 and had 3.625 rate to a 4.3 SFH that I probably paid more than I needed to with a 5.625 rate. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We needed the space, and although I paid more than I needed to for this SFH, my sanity was worth it. Now I'm selling the condo. It's gotten into a bidding war and I feel terrible for the people trying to buy it now at 7.5 to 8. Note on my SFH rate. Rates were 7 when I closed on this but kept shopping rates around and got to the 5.625. Time was on my side with a 60-day close. Break the handcuffs and enjoy life. You only live once. Like my house and neighborhood, but it's way too big now at 3,400 SF as we are empty nesters. Electricity bills too big. Maintenance too much. We also hate our rear neighbors who party too much and too late into the night. Perfect time to downsize, but there's no inventory and we'd be getting into a similar payment. Smaller loan but a much higher interest rate. So financially it makes no sense to get less for the same cost. If we could even find anything in a 1,800 square feet split level, which I hate since we have a 4-year-old and 2 dogs and a cat. But handcuffs at 3.20-year fixed interest rate. House has appreciated by around $200K since we bought according to Redfin. However, anywhere we move will be similar prices and a higher interest rate. So stuck trying to remodel, which causes a lot of stress and conflict. Not sure if it's worth it. We are on a 0.5 acre lot with no WA and a good school district, so that's good, but the split level, cramped layout, dated feel and popcorn ceiling and layout sucks. I got a great deal on my house, $135,000 for a low-maintenance 1750 SQFT42 from the early 2000s. Refied at 2.7. It has a tiny yard and zero extra space beyond the bedrooms and single living area. Simply put, we've outgrown it. We're now a family of 6 and all of the kids are under 9 yo. There's just no space for them to run and play. Especially since the weather here is often hazardous or generally unpleasant. Thing is, I couldn't buy the same house without doubling the payment right now. Much less a better one. We're effectively priced out of upgrading for the time being. The economic thing to do would be move into the condo for 1-3 years and save like mad for a decent down payment and emergency fund. The first year of having a baby will fly by. Except the middle of the night. Yay, we both won out badly but have a $2.65 and $1,350 mortgage. The houses we consider an upgrade would cost roughly $3,500 with $100,000 down, which we can afford, but it makes me nervous being 42. Sometimes having a better quality of life makes more sense than the financial numbers. We gave up a 2.8 rate for a 5 rate because our family is growing. We got 1,000 SQFT more space but pay $1,000 more a month for mortgage. We don't hate our house. We just want to be in a better location. We are currently working with a realtor, but the homes that have popped up in our price range weren't worth the hassle of moving and giving up our 3.5 interest rate purchased in 2016. Maybe in the spring we will see something we actually want to bid on. That's really been our search strategy so far. The new home has to be a true upgrade with minimal compromises in order to get us to move. Just moved and lost 2.5 rate and went to almost 7 but double the house size and close to family. So worth it. Aren't price to rents out of whack in Seattle? I'd rent the place you want to live in and use your condo cash flow as additional help towards that rent. I believe a correction is inevitable, so in your shoes I'd wait it out in that rental while stacking cash for when prices make sense again. Not all of your equity will be profit. A good portion of it is likely to be profit. If you have lived there for 2 of the last 5 years and you sell the property, that profit is tax-free. The best thing you can do is sell the property now if you can have tax-free profit. 100. We are on hold right now. My daughters are 8 and 10. I'd love for them to have more space. It doesn't make sense for us to move right now. And thus, we wait. Sold and gave up a 2.6 mortgage. The condo was just too small and overall a very loud area that I just didn't enjoy anymore. Broke them this summer. No regrets. We were careful to ensure we didn't take on more of a payment than we could afford. But absolutely thrilled to have space for our tot. Me to continue to have the space necessary for me thrive in my WFH position. And hopefully more kiddos to come. Nope. Love my house even with the 6.75 interest rate. Sold all my stocks to keep the old one too with its 4 interest rate. I want out of my 2.25 with prop tax exemption. My mortgage is $1157. Putting our 3.5 house on the market next spring. Neighborhood was rezoned and they are building a lot of stuff that I don't want to deal with. Density is going up and the current infrastructure can't support it. Property crime has been insane with no police presence. I can change the house but can't change the neighborhood. Taking kids to greener, safer pastures. I began to hate our house. I happily took the higher interest rate on a home that is easier to live in.